Hello everybody, I'm Conquering History Games and welcome back to part 6 of my Komi campaign here in Hearts of Iron 4, The New Order. So, we're going into the unknown. Let's see what happens. Oh! Central Siberian Republic just defeated some people in a war. Okay, we got violence at the Bulls. Hold on, a lot of stuff's going on here. Not even a falcon can fly against the storm. Okay. We have received news of severe violence erupting in many of our polling locations. In total, 3 people have been killed and 19 have been wounded by paramilitary violence. This has started to discourage many other voters, and some of our polling places are even closing down. It is not known if it was communist or fascist paramilitaries that carried out the attacks, and it very well could be both of them. If their goal is to scare voters, it is definitely working, although this does not mean they're only scaring away our voters. Unfortunately, this does not bode well for our election process, and we may see much less voting than we expected. Paramilitary threats combined with the fears of German bombers, even after all the efforts we took to keep polling places safe, have influenced many in their decision not to participate. An unacceptable violation of their rights. Good news, the violence has died down. It's feeling safer. It's still hopefully enough to legitimize the outcome. Finally. Just Stalina's just sitting at her, eating dinner, just, delicious. Finally, some fucking democracy. Some good fucking democracy. So, let's just double check here. Yeah, we have a definitive lead for both our faction and our planned candidate. I think we're going to be okay. Oh, let's prepare a raid. Do I want to prepare a raid against Vyatka? Also, that request for a ceasefire thing is still there. I've exited the game and come back in. I just don't get it. Takagi is in charge now. Sweet victory! The radicals may contest the result. With our majority, we are free to pursue our agenda much more quickly than if we had to cooperate with any radicals. We must act quickly if we want to stabilize the Republic in our rule. We're going to get stability, we're going to get political power, and we're going to get NIK, Democratic Expansion Tree. So, presumably, now we start making our way toward expansion. Yep. Room to breathe. Okay. Yeah. Now we can start going into our war plans. Now, what's here on the right? Wait, Republic Saved does not have national spirit, Luftwaffe, terror bombing. So we're going to have to wait for Hitler to die and things to fall apart. Fine. In the meantime, we will restore order. Is this, yeah. So this is a temporary tree, of course. I'm sure this is not the end. This is probably what's just going to take us through Western Russia. So, we've sailed out the most dangerous sea. We are still not out of the storm yet, for internal enemies still roam. Caution is the order of the day. Final victory at home within our grasp. Once our rears are secure, the army of the Republic will be able to begin its march to restore democracy to all of Russia. Sweet. And yet, there we go. There's the inauguration. I was going to say, kind of awkward. We don't have the president. The results are in! It appears that Svetlana Stalina has been elected as president. Was it simply a dissatisfaction with the status quo, or was it something about Stalina personally that elevated her above the other candidates? Either way, Stalina now stood before the National Assembly not as a deputy, but as president of the Republic. Within her inaugural speech, Stalina laid out her plans for Komi. Dears... Let me get a little sip here. Okay. Dear citizens of the Republic, dear friends, radicalism is a dangerous thing. In the war, I felt the bite of radicalism for the first time. It has cost me my father, my mother, my husband, and my brother. We must oppose radicalism at all costs before it costs us that which is most precious, our democracy. We must stand together under the principles of sovereignty, democracy, and patriotism. We must construct a strong, united republic. We must construct a strong, united Russia. Our republic must be assertive. Our brave soldiers must be strong, and our people must be fed. We shall not fall to radicalism, which weakens our democracy and divides our people. Radicalism divided our motherland and continues to divide our motherland. We must ensure the safety of our democracy so that we may ensure the safety of all Russia. I vow to you that we shall have stability and that we shall have unity. Our republic shall stand strong and united. All of Russia shall stand strong and united. Stalina's speech was certainly passionate and idealistic. Stalina's critics nevertheless still call her an authoritarian and voice many concerns over her calls to expand the military and police. Nevertheless, only time will tell if President Stalina was the right choice for Komi. The people have spoken! And I think we're going to get a swap now. I probably should close this first. Maybe that would help. Or, there we have it. Svetlana in charge. The Lady of Steel. Awesome. Stability plus 5%. War support plus 5%. And ideological drift defense plus 30%. Excellent. So we should be sort of able to secure our... no, we're actually dropping slightly. But Svetlana Yasovana Stalina has been praised by her supporters as one of the few voices of stability or sanity in Western Russia, and by her enemies as an authoritarian in denial, an opportunist who would take any chance she could to destroy the perceived radicalism she so hates. Whatever the case, Stalina's success as a politician is as unmatched as her story is tragic. Her father, Yosef Stalin, was a Soviet bureaucrat and early supporter of Bukharin who had died in an industrial accident rumored to be orchestrated on the orders of the Soviet government. In the long period following the death of Stalin, she has lost more and more. Her mother in the Great Patriotic War, her husband purged by the West Russian Revolutionary Front, and her eldest brother killed by friendly fire during the collapse of the front at the end of the West Russian War. Indeed, Stalina claims that the war is where she first tasted the bite of radicalism and when she vowed to oppose it at all costs. Stalina's party, the Sovereign Democratic Party, or PSD, gained prominence in the Komi Republic as a big tent comprised of big tents. A place for all who valued a safe and stable Russia over all else. Though Stalina's policies often borrow from left-wing populist principles, it would be most unwise to mistake her for a Marxist, as her father was. The basis for her political stances exists in the principles of sovereignty, democracy, and patriotism. The construction of a strong, independent Russia through an assertive foreign policy, heavy support for public welfare, and a strong, modern military. Through the democratic process she fought so long to protect, the people have given Stalina their mandate, and the Lady of Steel stands prepared to defend her beloved motherland from all enemies that may assail it, even if that danger is the unchecked will of the people itself. Alright, we are off to the races. Episode 6, and we've got our leader. Just Komi things. Sunrise over Skytukvgar. Let's see, they're sitting at the assembly, they're drinking. Zelina. Just like the day before. Huh? Yevgeny jokes casually. Your face isn't as red. It's a miracle you woke up today, Alina retorts. The two share one genuine hearty laugh. The sun is waking up by this point, with the dim glow of sky's street lamps fading away to make way for the light. Yes, there is brightness abound and much work to be done. Alina and Yevgeny stand up, facing the city around them. The Republic was safe, and this was an effort helped by them. Every hour, every drop of sweat, and every heated debate led to this tranquility. It was worth it, for all of them. For all of us. Let's see. So, friends, or are we back to foes across the aisle? Friends. Without people like you, even if you are not entirely with me, matter. We promised, after all. The two nod and shake hands. As they begin to head home, they only wish for a better tomorrow, one with the wounds of the past long gone. Forever on the same team, even if not in name. Okay. Do we want to try to take on Vyatka again? You know what? I am actually feeling up for it. What we're just going to do this time is do the force attack before we head out. I'm really still not sure what happened. We had the green and it just suddenly turned red. Couldn't just be that motorized division, I think, though they do have the anti-tank guns. Just don't know. I wish there was a way to figure out how to get rid of that. Oh, we can do some industrial investing. Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, we can initiate the raid. I don't know if this is going to work. Here we go. So we're going to do force attack, stop, and then initiate the raid. Okay, we can codify the unwritten rules, but we are actually forced into this because we are because of the party we have. The Army of the Republic has been a pit of snakes. There's political extremism. The far right and far left are waning in influence. We can finally remove from service officers and commanders who carry the taint of extremism. The loss of experienced personnel will be worth it as the central government's domestic position is reinforced and the soldiers march out with unity of purpose to face the enemy. So A Stalin purging? Fascinating. But just radicals. So we're going to have a bunch of negatives for 120 days. It's fine. We're not really at war right now anyway. So, yeah, we don't really have to think about how we're going to balance going left and right if we're just waiting for Hitler to die anyway and we don't have a choice. So we'll just keep going. Let's see what other kind of stuff we're going to do here. We're going to get some infantry equipment. We're going to arrest people who are not Democrats, basically just more extremists. Make an example of some of them. Pull out that old guillotine, huh? Oh, sorry, I didn't realize we were paused. Tribute's been paid. Yep, they just gave it up. Nice. So now we're going to have 2 pieces of loot. Oh, yeah, we're already done with the other thing. So let's go with... getting industrial expertise up is pretty good, too. Actually, we'll do research facilities. I don't know when the heck we're going to get that. Oh, yeah, I think I remember. We get the extra research slot once we unify the West, or something like that. Eventually we go peace for now, new democratic foundation, new election cycles, formalizing our claims. Okay. That's right, because every 2 years we're gonna have to we're gonna still have assembly elections. But right now, I think we are just overall in a good place. Yeah. What's the infrastructure again? Adds 1 infrastructure. Whatever. Okay. The remnants of the opposition. We must find the dissenters before they cause serious damage to our efforts. Well, let's arrest them. Yeah, pretty much everybody that's not in the Center 3 is going to get a minus 7.5. What is this? What is this? Hunting the opposition. Securing power over the country does not guarantee our continued power. To locate, track, and in some cases eliminate our opposition is necessary in order to prevent another cycle of destabilizing coups or the emergence of power blocks that directly threaten our rule. Our security forces will attempt to arrest and imprison opposition leaders. We don't know where any of them are right now. So, order, we can change security procedures, which is our security forces order shall be changed to favor a different approach. We can halt direct operations. This will halt direct repressions. We can locate him as long as Sulov hasn't died, withdrawn from politics, or been imprisoned. Okay, well, I think he's the biggest threat. So we're going to go after Suslov first. But we're also going to go after Zendanov, because he's a communist that is like... He's ideologically close to us, in a way, on the spectrum, so to speak. Now, crazy-ass Taborsky, I think we're going to be fine. Actually, can we just locate all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 150. Or no, that's 125. Yeah, let's just go after all of them right now. Let us find them. In a little over 2 weeks, we'll know what's going on. That's a lot of political power I just spent, but I will not be cooed, damn it. 8, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I won't allow it. I simply won't. And then at around the same time, we're going to arrest all these sources of information. Ultranationalism's going to go down too, right? Yeah, that's a pretty big chunk here. So there's still going to be some of the communists and ultranationalists around, a little bit of fascists. Yeah, there'll still be bits of all these around, but hopefully it gets mostly redirected into us, the authoritarian Democrats. Okay, we're finally caught up on all this research stuff. Let's get the factory output up. Ooh, 236 days, that's a lot. Okay, reinstate some weapons regulations. Great. It's going to take like a day to readjust. Did that not get done right? There comes a time. This is about Tabarsky. Tabarsky cannot wait for the ill effects to pass on to him. There was a new place to go to, and only one stood in the ashes of Russia as something perhaps passable, perhaps. This so-called Aryan Brotherhood, and to get there he had to go through the land of Vyatka, the false Tsar. He would not pity him by remembering his name, as nothing was nothing to him, merely an obstacle. So Tabarsky has fled the country. He killed 8 people along the way. on his way to the Aryan Brotherhood. This decreases the effect of the Clash of Shadows. Power Vacuum becomes the leader of the Despotism Party. So he's gone. Okay, classified. This is Serov Ivan Alexandrovich. This is the fascist, right, or the National Socialist, right? He fled into the sparsely populated wilderness in the Mordino-Namsk area, where he's hiding out in the forest with a group of supporters. They're finding traces of camps that have been set up. Though Servov is seen by many as a fringe figure, he is a highly skilled and brutal intelligence operative who's willing to do almost anything to get what he wants. His military experience, along with his training in counterintelligence and deception, likely make him a highly elusive and resourceful foe who will require significant resource investment to track down. Additionally, his military experience, coupled with his former leadership role in the NKVD, make him a highly capable insurgent leader and one who should be liquidated at the earliest possible opportunity. Alright? Now, Shavarev. He fled by boat. He's a trained orator and a high-class demagogue. He shouldn't be underestimated. His moderate rhetoric will sway a lot of people on the rightist side. His detention or liquidation will significantly decrease the capability of reactionary opposition to organize. Okay. Next up, Lev Gumilov, our Eurasian guy. He was seen fleeing via boat. He's publishing subversive materials. He has an underground far-right broadcast titled Eurasian Mission. We can't seem to trace him. His central role among the reactionary movement cannot be overstated. His neutralization would deal a serious blow to the Passionarist movement. He's one of the most capable organizers of opposition against our government. Never another union. So this is Bukarina, the other Svetlana. She's cold. She's crossing the border. She's making her way towards Volgda. She would not end up like her father. She refused to let herself vanish into thin air, even as her ambitions were suffocated and her goals brought to a sudden, unsatisfying halt. Cowed but not broken, Svetlana Bukarina lives, so the Clash of Shadows effect has decreased. Libertarian socialists are basically dead. They're done. Then there's Vadana Andrade Alexandrovich. His skills as an ideologue and orator should not be underestimated. There's no question that Zhdanov will resist our government in any way he is able. It may be advisable to either capture or kill him, report concludes. Suslov, he's dangerous. He has extensive power over communists. However, he possesses no military training. Though he's an extremely shrewd political operator, he's a continued risk to our government as long as he remains alive and out of our hands, report concludes. Okay. So, do we have new things that we can do? We can launch operations against them. Yeah, let's just do them all at once. Again, two down. So we had 7, right, total? So, yes, Bukarina fled, Daboritsky fled, the rest are posing resistance. Tonight we're gonna take care of all family business. And then you see Stalina, she's, I don't know, it's somebody's baptism, and think, Stalina, do you renounce Satan? And then it's just cutting to, bullets going through Surloff and stuff. Just, freaking, what's his name? Gumilov is getting a massage, and then somebody walks in and, pow, right between the eye, or like right in his eye through his glasses. I don't know if he wears glasses. Just the whole ending of the Godfather scene. Okay, let's see. We need to make an example. We do not condemn citizens to death lightly. However, there must be retribution for those who have conspired to end the nation's freedom and tolerance. The worst of the worst shall be executed. We do not have pity for traitors, and their deaths will hopefully inspire fear among their surviving allies. The Republic's justice is eternal, and its vengeance shall not spare the wicked. And you will know my name is the Lord, and whatnot. But in the Russian accent, it's like, and you will know my name is the Lord. Halfway to the Divna, Serov. It'll be colder on the barge this time of year. How far are we from the harbor? Something's in the road. The something turned out to be another car blocking the race, surrounded by a handful of uniformed men. Already on their feet by the time they stopped, the men moved quickly towards them. Get us out of here, boy! Whoever those men are, they're bad news for us! I'm sorry, comrade. This is the end of the road for me. It didn't take the men long to pull him out of the car and tie up his hands and feet. Once bound, Sedov couldn't put up much resistance as they threw him in the back of their truck. It had been Borisov, the only one who knew the whole route. He promised himself he wouldn't get forget it was Borisov. So we've captured him at the service. Oh, speaking of Sunday services. It's automatic gunfire. Doors to the chapel come in. The captors were contented to appear to commit a naked affront to God. Nothing is sacred. So there go the fascists. Excellent. Passionately hidden. Gumilov was already alerted to the intruders when the host gave the signal. He can hear most of what went on in the house below, and the new male voices had tipped him off. The signal had just confirmed it. They were here. Okay. The latch to the attic was well hidden. They might still miss it. There's nothing here. Keep searching. There should be another floor above us. I saw it from the street. It was over then. Gumilov briefly considered jumping after all, but decided against it. Instead, he found his pack of cigarettes, got one out, and lit. Didn't take long till the latch opened, and the severe face of a young soldier popped up. Gumilov threw him the packet. Want a cigarette, young man? I was hoping you'd let me finish mine. Might be the last one I smoke for a while. So there goes the ultranationalists, and then ain't too proud to hide. Zadanov could only hear his heavy labeled breathing over the shouting of soldiers and revving of his engines as he ran through the streets of Sky. Yeah, he was hiding in a building. He'd gotten sold out. The aging too goddamn old for this. And again, remember, this Zadanov is, in the original timeline, this is our father-in-law. So, empty can crunched under his elbow. Fascist dogs, you can't do this! You've killed Russia! Frothed Zadanov to no avail as he found himself once again in darkness. This time he was in a truck, presumably bound for prison. Pursuing Suslov. There was a firefight outside. Stepped over a man's corpse before Suslov could get settled. His bodyguard reversed out of the garage with astounding speed, but as he was shifting gears, a hail of bullets shattered the windshield, killing Maxim. That's the bodyguard. Sulov tried to think of a new escape plan, but he couldn't think of anything realistic. The van sat helpless in the street as several soldiers forced open the doors and hauled Zulov out into the open. Komi's Shadow Master had been captured. Let's see him plot his way out of a jail cell. Excellent, excellent. All sorts of stability bonuses. Very, very nice. And there, yeah, now the thing went through. So it looks like the Social Democrats ended up getting a lot of that. But the authoritarian and, the KPK, the authoritarian socialists, and the Reactionary, there's a power vacuum. They don't have leaders. They're effectively dead. The coalition prevails. Really, this is more like the end of American Gangster than The Godfather, because the American Gangster, that's when they're arresting everybody. Alright. Alright! Now that's how you do a purge. And we got a whole lot of political power to spare now, too. Can we just halt? Yeah, they've been arrested and in prison, fled the country, arrested in prison, arrested in prison, arrested in prison, arrested in prison, and fled the country. I think we're all set there. You know what? Let's prepare a raid and also scavenge for some more loot. We're going to take on the St. Georgians here next. Okay, time to ban unregistered armed groups, which is that's going to be another 10 stability. We're about to hit 100 stability. Woman of Steel, indeed, stealing our nation. Haha. Mm-hmm. What's this? Halt direct operations. Do I want to do this? We will halt direct repression against opposition leaders. We are hunting down the opposition. All immediate threats to the government have been neutralized. Do we have to do that? I guess let's do that. We don't want to, we took the leaders. We're done. What are we supposed to kill them now? Just keep them in prison. Time to halt direct operations. The search for key targets who pose a threat to the stability of our government has finally come to an end. The security forces are standing down and focusing their efforts on other pressing matters. Let us hope that their mission was not in vain and the stability of our young administration has been ensured. We've done enough. I should think so. Okay, time to initiate that raid. Go! Come on. They refuse the tribute? Well, we're just gonna bulldoze them. Yeah, I don't think there's actually anybody here. There's no divisions in the area. But even if there were, I'd like to think we were gonna win anyway. Ha ha ha! To order! 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 100 political power and plus 20 stability, which is way more than I need. Our rivals have mocked Komi's Republic as a house of cards. No more! We have brought the Republic to order. Nice. Got that raid going. Most excellent. Food for the hungry. Everyone's got food for the night. We're not going hungry tonight. Okay. Well, I think we'd gotten that event before. I think it's just meaning that our, just the country's getting more stable and stuff like that. Good, 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 good. But, as things stand right now, that West Russian Revolutionary Front is still a major problem. It's going to be a problem, I think. Especially once it unites or something. I don't know when that guy's going to die. There it is. Hitler has died. A day to remember. Do the crab dance, y'all. Do, 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 do. All right. All right. United by a tragedy, the fascists of Russia perished in a farce. So, we still cannot do the Republic is saved because we specifically need the terror bombings to stop, which is going to take a little while. So, you know what? We're probably just going to finish this, or at least go down to new election cycles. Formalizing our claims, yeah, that's kind of cool, but whatever. Perhaps just a passing dream. The streets of our capital are quiet for once. Families are walking about. A fragile peace if our rivals in Western Russia try to end our democratic experiment. A peace nonetheless, and one we intend to defend by force. Citizens, much remains to be done. We must be vigilant so that our nation's future is not dashed against the rocks of war, nor the chaos of internal conflict. And that'll give us another 7.5%, which will put us over... Ooh, actually no, we'll be just under 50% party popularity, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh well. But the terror bombings will be over soon, and once the sky clears, Russia can ascend. Yeah, there's all the freaking demilitarized areas. Let's see if Spear can pull this off. I've never seen him win yet. Oh, kind of frozen. German Civil War. There it is. Ha ha! And they're off. So Spear was the chosen successor, which I don't know. Does that give him a bonus? In my Wallace campaign, was it the Wallace campaign? Yeah, pretty sure it was the Wallace campaign. Spear that I did on live stream, it looked like Spear was going to win. He was doing really good. He had come up here. He had taken Denmark, so he didn't have to worry about that front. He was, oh yeah, Burgundy's like, oh, German Civil War, kill the French. But yeah, I think he had destroyed Heydrich's Germany, and then Bormann just made a huge comeback. The bombings stop. Ha ha ha! Oh. There goes the Siberian Black Army. Yep. The Moscow area is breaking up. Yeah, so an entire generation of Russians had grown up in blasted ruins, always watching the sky and ready to run to cover the moment the dark figures of the bombers themselves were spotted. But a realization has dawned. The bombers have stopped. It is believed the civil chaos now invoking the hated Reich and its colonial extensions in the Reichskommissariats have rendered it impossible for their aerial efforts to continue. To those without, it is believed by many to be a gift from God. Only time will tell how we choose to proceed. Clear skies. Dark clouds. Alright. So. We can do New Democratic Foundation, which will give us some sort of event. We can have new election cycles. Yeah, let's go ahead and schedule it. Increases the influence of the Komi Center by a random amount. Yeah, we might as well finish this, although this only takes like 7 days, right? Plus 5% stability. We don't actually need that. This in total is going to take a month. It'll put us a month behind in a way. We could do an alliance for peace or the Republic alone. Okay. Yeah, let's just, 1 month could be a big difference, though. Mutual defense. Volga will guarantee Komi and we guarantee them. Or we can watch and wait. Warplan Black, this is St. George. Warplan Light is Vyatka. Warplan Red is the Western Russian Revolutionary Front, of course. Can we not go on the offensive? We have to wait for them to attack us? Or something? I don't know. So, you know what? We're just going to stop it there. In the next episode, I think we might just do the new Democratic Foundation and schedule the new elections. I don't want any. I want to get rid of any of these ideas of authoritarianism that people have towards Stalina. And then that'll be it. Yeah. So we'll do that, and then we're going to start marching down this tree and figure out like what these things do in comparison to one another and stuff. But I'm Conquering History Games, and in the next episode, we'll make our way to the unification of Russia. Can't wait. I'll see you then. Bye.